Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back on a new video, of course, on this new channel. Not so new because yesterday was the first birthday of the channel. Thank you very much for all the support. The channel is growing, I think, very fast. 191 subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like as always, and leave a comment in the comment section that you can find it, of course, down below. I invite you also to activate the notification bell in order to receive the notification for every video that I post on this channel, because as you know, I sometimes videos are out at 10 p.m., sometimes midnight, sometimes 3 a.m., sometimes 11 a.m. Everything changes. Every day the video is out at a different time, so you have to activate the notification bell in order to not miss any video if you want to watch them, of course. I can't force you to watch my videos, that's obvious. I think that we can start with the video actually, because I said everything that I had to say. And today I'm going to talk about, first of all, I'm going to talk about Novak Djokovic. So today is Novak Djokovic's birthday, 36 years for Nole. You know, legendary player. He won 22 Grand Slams. I think that everyone knows how many titles he won, how many things he won. 22 Grand Slams, 38 Masters 1000, 16 ATP finals, a total of 387 weeks at world number one, I think, or something like that. He won 93 or 94 titles, I think 93. Huge numbers, fourth player of all time in terms of titles won. So he's a huge player. And his birthday, of course, it's a huge event on the tennis calendar. I don't know how many times he's played on his birthday. Maybe sometimes he played in the Rome final on his birthday, but it's a special day for tennis because I think and I consider Novak one of the top 3 players of all time. Statistically, is the GOAT, probably. But you know, statistics are not the only thing in tennis, and that's what makes tennis beautiful also. Because if tennis was only statistics, I'm struggling a bit, that would be really, really boring. But there aren't only statistics. I'm struggling. I can't pronounce this word anymore. I'm struggling to pronounce it. I don't know why. Maybe because tonight I slept approximately 2 hours, 1 hour and 45 minutes. But you know, it's okay. I mean, the most important thing is to stay productive and to enjoy the moment. Or at least is what I'm experiencing in the last month. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing, even if it's not that healthy maybe in terms of sleep, but 2 weeks and even less, and I can sleep finally for 8-9 hours. But I'm going to take a rest in terms of sleep, but of course I'm going to be even more productive in order to be fit, be healthy. I'm losing weight. Currently I'm at 64.5 kilos, and I was at 16.5 kilos. I'm losing, I think, a great amount of fat mass, and that's a great thing, honestly. Now, when it's going to be time to gain muscle, you know, I have we can call it a personal trainer where I train tennis, because apart from tennis, I also train on the physical part. So I will talk to him and when I'm going to be ready and when we think it's the best moment possible in order to go to the gym, I'll do it. Of course, I'm excited for the future. But as Kung Fu Panda says, actually Turtle, I don't remember his name, a very interesting quote, and I'm going to do a video about this quote probably because it's my favorite quote, honestly, because when I look at quotes, I look at the meaning that they have. As you can see, I'm very excited for the months to come because I will start doing also different types of video. In this moment, I don't have a lot of time. I'm focusing on other things, but one video a day, always. I want to be, let's say, as professional as possible in all of the things I do, and in order to do so, I will be productive. But talking about the video, because 5 minutes and I didn't spell a single word about what I'm going to talk about, what we're going to discuss in today's video, Novak Djokovic's situation. So we know that today he turns 36 years old, and we know that going into the French Open is going to be the third set, actually, because Medvedev surpassed him. We knew that Alcaraz was going to surpass him even if he won, because Carlos didn't have any points to defend in Rome, so for him it was enough only even one win only in order to be back at the world number one spot, and he did so. He participated, he won one match actually against Ramos Vinolas, and then he lost against Marozsan, and he is the world number one at the moment. Then the world number two after winning Rome is then Medvedev. After winning Rome, I think I didn't expect that. Honestly, the video that I made 1 week ago about Medvedev's chances to win the French Open changed a bit, because I think that right now he can win the French Open actually, because as we can see that Djokovic is struggling with form. Rune is not as continuous as other players, as Medvedev, and we saw that Daniil can beat Rune even in a super slow court such as Rome in this year, because let's not forget that Medvedev won Rome in possibly the year where he had least chances. Not in terms of form, because I think that the start of the season is maybe, with 2021, the best start of the season Medvedev has ever had. But considering the circumstances he played in, so a lot of rain, heavy court, heavy balls, slow court, we know that Rome is a slow clay court. It's not like Madrid, it's not like hard courts, but it's faster than clay courts. Maybe it's even more similar to hard courts than clay courts. And he still won. So at the French Open, with the sun that I think that favorites his play style, maybe, I believe that Medvedev can go far at the French Open and even win it at this point. Because as a guy in the comment section, one of my best, we can say best, I don't like best as a word, but I don't know what to say honestly, because my English vocabulary isn't as good as the Italian one, even though I prefer English to Italian. I think that I've said that sometimes, but I like English. English is my favorite language, with Spanish and English. They are at the top, tied. It's a great battle between those two languages for the number one spot in my favorite languages list. But as ho tanta passione, I will also say his name, he has a lot of passion, that's for sure. If I don't remember what he said, guys, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting things. As he said, what did he say? I don't remember. I check it right now. I know that's a little bit embarrassing, but I'll check it right now. Okay, I actually saw the comment right now. I'm a little bit confused. He said that considering that Djokovic is number 3 seed right now, he could face either Medvedev or Alcaraz in the semifinals. And if he faces Alcaraz in the semifinals, and it's going to be a brutal battle, and Medvedev reaches the final, that's what I added. He talked about a potential clash between between Alcaraz and Djokovic in the semifinals. And I added to this comment, I replied to this comment and I said, Medvedev has some chances, has great chances to win, because as you've said, if the winner of that Alcaraz-Djokovic match is exhausted after the match, Med is going to be fresher, and he has great chances to win the French Open actually. So that's a great comment by Alessandro, he has my same name. That's a great comment, and I agree with that, of course, because if Alcaraz and Djokovic face in the semifinals and both of them are playing well at a great level, top form, I think that's going to be a really, really great clash. I don't want to say a really, really great encounter. I don't want to say that it is at the same level of Nadal-Djokovic 2021 French Open, because that one also was huge, but I think that could be really, really a great match, and honestly, I want to see an Alcaraz-Djokovic match because we only saw it once and it was an incredible one. It was it was fantastic, really. With with Djokovic, with Alcaraz winning in 3 sets eventually. If I remember well, I think he won 7-6, 5-7, 7-6. No, he won 6-7, 7-5, 7-6, and that was a huge match. Huge match. I think that a potential semi-final at the French Open is going to be also huge as well. Today I want to talk about Djokovic, and I'm talking about Djokovic, but I'm also talking about other players and other stuffs. I'm going to talk about Djokovic and his current situation. And he turns 36 years old today. Happy birthday to him. He's a legend of the game. We have to be really thankful for what he did for tennis. Talking about his situation is a little bit strange, I think. He's 36 years old. We saw Nadal, so I'm going to do a comparison between Nadal and Djokovic. A lot of comparisons were made between those two players, but I'm going to talk about their latest years. So, talking about Nadal is 36 years old at the moment. He's turning 37 on the 3rd of June 2023, of course. He won't play until 2024, until the Davis Cup. It depends on what happens. Not hopefully. I'll be honest with you, I'm doubtful about Nadal playing consistently, or at least being able to play those 4 or 5 events in the 2024 season, because I think that his condition at times is awful. His physique is really, really struggling to breathe in terms of tennis. Coming back to Djokovic, Nadal last year until the French Open seemed to be unbeatable. Until Wimbledon, actually, because he played, I remember he won the Australian Open in an incredible fashion. Same thing for the French Open. He was unbeaten until the final of Indian Wells, barely losing that year. Well, last year it was. And then Wimbledon comes, first 5 matches he wins, but the problem comes out in the 4th set, actually the 7th game, I think, against Taylor Fritz. He started playing really well that match, but then he got injured, and at that point specifically, it was the start of the end for Rafa, because then he played a couple of tournaments but wasn't able to reach his best level again. His best tournament was at the US Open, where he reached the 4th round, lost to Francis Tiafoe eventually. And then the last matches that he played were at the Australian Open this year that were really bad in my opinion. Against Draper he struggled a lot. I think he won okay, but it was a really, really tough win for him. A very, very tough one for Rafa, for the King of Clay. And then he lost against McDonald, I think, badly. I know that he was injured, but, the first set and a half was, I don't want to say a domination but by McDonald, because maybe it's too much, but it was a match that was controlled by the American. Yes, of course, I think that. And we saw how Nadal went from winning Grand Slams to barely playing in the span of 2 months, 1 month. And the same thing I think would happen to Djokovic. I also want to talk about Federer right now. Federer won his last Grand Slam at 36 years old, or 35 or 36 years old, at the Australian Open in 2018. He won against Maric Cilic in the final, a 5-setter. Wasn't a very, very good match, but it was probably more a mental battle than a physical battle, and then a technical battle, especially for Roger. And then after that, he played at a high level for the next 2 years, next 2 seasons. I think that Federer, until the 2020 Australian Open, was arguably top 5 players in the world, top 3 even, because he closed 2018, I think, as world number 3 or 4, 2019 as world number 3, and 2019 and 2020 he didn't play. Even he only played the Australian Open. It was a strange year. He still finished at world number 5, but it was a fake ranking, if we can call it in this way. Talking about Rafa, as we've said, he went from winning Grand Slams, he also said that on his interview, to losing in the first rounds in the span of 2 months. And the same could happen to Djokovic, in my opinion. I think that we're going to see if Djokovic can still win Grand Slams in Wimbledon and on hard courts, because on clay we can expect that he struggles more. Considering that clay is the most physical surface, considering that he is 36 years old, and considering that he is the surface where he had least success on, considering that he has that he needs more time to adapt on clay than on hard courts and grass. But we're going to see if the true Djokovic is still there at Wimbledon and at the US Open, because if Djokovic starts playing bad, and I'm also curious to see what Nole does in this French Open, because we're going to see what he does, honestly. I'm curious about it. Let's see if he can be a contender. Let's see if he's going to be able to play at a good level. Let's see if he won't be able to play at a good level. I'm curious, honestly, as I've said, and we're going to talk about the French Open actually in a live in the Man of the Sports channel. Salotino Tennis, it's our live stream that I do with 4 or 5 other creators, and always a great live, honestly, and it's always a great thing to cooperate, especially in a surface, what I'm saying, in a social network, social media like YouTube, not social network like YouTube. Okay, French Open, Wimbledon, all the Grand Slams talking about Djokovic again. I believe that, as I've said, we're going to see if Djokovic is still able to win Grand Slams in Wimbledon and US Open. What do I think about Djokovic's chances at the French Open? I think that there are a couple of players that have more chances than him. I put Alcaraz as the main favorite. I think he's still the main favorite. Then it's a tough battle between Djokovic and Alcaraz, the top 3 seeds. If Djokovic plays at the top level, he's top 2 favorites or even top 1. Depends on Alcaraz. But if not, Daniil comes in second place before Djokovic. And now I want to talk about what Djokovic is finding why Djokovic is struggling this match in these months. So let's go back to Adelaide and the end of 2022 and the end of 2022 season for Novak. At the end of 2022, Novak won the ATP finals, dominating them, reached the final in Bercy, won Astana, won Tel Aviv. Then he played Wimbledon, of course, French Open, Rome, all the clay tournaments. The first one was Dubai. The first tournament that he played was in Dubai. This year, he plays Adelaide. He didn't play really well, but he won because he didn't face threats. Apart from Korda, who was really, really near from winning, but, Nole won, found a way to win. Then he played the Australian Open. Incredible level of tennis from Novak. Destroyed literally everyone that played against him. He destroyed in the first rounds. The only player who took a set from Novak was a Frenchman. I think Gaucad was called in the second round. Apart from him, no one was able to win a set, take a set of Djokovic. Then plays in Dubai, still plays like the real Novak. Still plays like the real Novak. Loses to Medvedev in the semifinals. Medvedev that came with fantastic form and fantastic level. Djokovic didn't play well, but we have to give credits to Medvedev for that match because it was huge. I think Medvedev played fantastic there. Then skipped the Sunshine Double as always. In the last 3 seasons, he skipped the Sunshine Doubles, and he comes back to clay. Also last year he struggled, but we were expecting that. But honestly, first thing that I've noticed about Novak is that he seems a little bit fatter, more fat. He seems more fat. It looks like he gained 1 or 2 kilos, I would say. Maybe it's just my dreams or me not saying true things, but I noticed that about him. Probably it's wrong, as I've said, but seems strange to me, honestly. And then I saw him badly, honestly. He didn't play well even in Banjaluka against Kaganov, I don't know his name, on even top 300 player, challenger player, didn't even have the kit to play until Rublev gave him one. That was a bad match for Novak. Then he won, okay, but struggling in this match against a guy like how it was called. I don't remember the name, honestly. Gaganov, whoever he was, not convincing. Against Musetti was playing bad. He was one set and a breakup and lost. Then plays by Luka, loses against who he loses? Against Lajovic in the quarterfinals. He won against Van Ash, but he dropped a set there also. He played then in Rome against Echeverri, then he played against Cameron. No, he played against Echeverri, Dimitrov, and Cameron Norrie, and he won those 3 matches, even if still not there. 60-65%, maybe 70% of the true Novak, and then he lost against Rune, I think, badly, because Rune dominated him apart from 3 or 4 games in the second set that were crucial for Djokovic's third set chances. Third set. For Djokovic's chances to play third set, not even to win it. My opinion on Djokovic, I believe he may be able to win Wimbledon, some Grand Slams, but I think the end is also coming from him. I'd say that Novak won't win any Grand Slams anymore. I will be a little bit bold because my predictions are bad, honestly. I was good until some time ago, but in the last months have been bad. Especially with Rafa, but it wasn't the only one. I remember saying in the live of the Salutino that Medvedev was going to play against Rizugori, was going to lose. Well, I think yes, of course. But trying is the only way to see if you're going to be right or wrong. So if you try, it's okay. Then whatever it happens after your predictions, that's another story. I'll leave you there today. I think it's enough, 22 minutes. It wasn't a really, I think I talked for 22 minutes, but it wasn't a really intense video. I hope that you enjoyed it. My English videos are long. I like English, as I've said. Speaking English is one of my hobbies. If you want to see the interviews from the players, drop a comment and say to me yes, because I think I'm pretty good at doing that. For today, it's everything. We'll see you tomorrow in another video that is going to talk about the end of the careers of Federer and Nadal. I'm going to record it right now on Monday. And thank you very much for all the support. Subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, leave a like, share the video, and comment down below. Ciao!